a race car driver, and we dedicate a lot of our time to going as fast as possible. But when my grandpa was diagnosed with Alzheimer's, it was a very unexpected bump in the road for us. It's important to notice if older family members are acting differently, experiencing problems with their memory, or having trouble with routine tasks. Early detection of Alzheimer's can give your family time to explore support services, make a plan for the future, and access available treatments. If you or your family are noticing changes, it could be Alzheimer's. Talk about seeing a doctor together.
I don't remember how it started.
Go to that.
Our back and forth. It always came back.
Dad!
You probably don't remember what you told me,
That was perfect.
but I heard every word.
Mississippi's trusted weather experts. This is Mississippi Live Weather at 5.
Welcome into Mississippi Live Weather at 5. I'm meteorologist Gabe Maynor. A hot day all around North Mississippi with some areas breaking triple digits, highest temperatures we've seen all year long. That really highlights our forecast heading into the rest of our Tuesday and into parts of our Wednesday. But beyond that, temperatures, they are trending better, and we are going to see much more bearable and comfortable conditions come this weekend. Isolated rain chances, those are sticking around into our evening as well, so we'll track those out here momentarily. But what we're also looking at is increased rain chances by the end of the week. So that rain going to play a major part in our forecast going forward, but also bringing in some much better weather. So as we take a look outside here at the Room to Room Weather Center, we're basically getting that those isolated cumulus clouds that are popping up. This is going to be very isolated in nature, and I want to emphasize that because as you can see, this one towards Greenville, we were talking temperatures earlier today. Caleb, Matt, and I behind the scenes, it was 100 degrees, feels like 120. Now, 90 degrees, feels like 99. A bit of that thanks to that rain-cooled air that moved just south of town. So big thanks to those isolated showers because they are cooling us off drastically into much better weather. Trust me, 99 feels much better than 120. But even there towards Batesville, we were talking about those hot temperatures. 95 feels like 109. Still, relatively dry across the region, but those isolated showers have primarily stuck around the west of I-55 corridor. As of right now, current alerts showing those extreme heat warnings still in effect, and extreme heat warnings are basically 120 plus for any period of time, and extreme heat advisories 105 plus. So those are still in effect through Wednesday evening, so we're not done with the extreme heat just yet. We're going to keep those around. So this is what we're talking about when we say advisories and warnings. It's all based on heat indices, but that advisory, the golden number, is 105. That's whenever you see that orange hue on the map, that's because of those advisories in place, and that has to be for a minimum of 2 hours. Warnings is 110 for any period of time, and being that we saw 110 all across North Mississippi, that's exactly why we are under those extreme heat warnings. Even now at 5 o'clock, you're still seeing Boonville, New Albany, Corinth, down south, Columbus, Starkville, and all the way out towards southwest Greenwood, Belzona, and Tunica. Oh my word, Tunica. 118. So that's a real feel value outside, not feeling comfortable whatsoever. So I hope you are pushing those fluids and staying cool all throughout your afternoon plans. Temperature-wise, these are just the actual temperatures, and I was hoping to showcase some of those triple digits, but I think we'll have to showcase that tonight at 10 of what our high temperatures were, because basically Greenwood, Belzona, Greenville, around 100 degrees, even all the way east towards Bruce reached 100, but Bruce, New Albany, 99, Tupelo, 98, Houston, Eupora, 99 as well. So, you pick and choose your battle, but you're really seeing upper 90s across the area, real actual temperature, but then the real field value is 110 plus. So it's just that hot, muggy forecast we've had for several days now, continuing to get those in full force over the next few hours, especially into the rest of our Tuesday. 6 p.m., isolated showers continue to highlight our forecast, but that primary area that we're watching is out west of I-55. By midnight, still seeing a few of those isolated chances linger around, and we are talking we'll talk more detail at 6 about it, but the meteor shower, double meteor shower happening tonight. So getting those isolated showers, not exactly a recipe for success. And even beyond that, that mostly cloudy sky definitely going to impact our visuals, but hopefully getting a few breaks as we head into that overnight forecast. And again, we'll be walking through that all here shortly. Let's go ahead and zoom in on the Mississippi area where we're getting those isolated rain chances, primarily going to remain down around Louisiana and Arkansas, as you can see that boundary setting up. But we are getting our showers west of 55. Grenada is the furthest point east that we're seeing. Corinth got a few showers moving through earlier this afternoon, cooling off folks in Fulton as of the 5 o'clock hour. But whenever we jump to that now, I mean, we can draw this out just a bit to show a few of those tracks. This one extending about 15 to 20 miles an hour. We can see Barnesville by about 5:34. This one out there towards Grenada going to do the heaviest portions. This moving at about 20, we'll say. Sawyer 532 and Winona closer to about 541. We can see that there's just basically these isolated showers that are popping up, but overall it's going to be that sporadic development from a few of those waves that develop off the jet stream. So zooming this out, I mean, this is going to be a big driver in our forecast moving forward, is that low out in Kansas and Nebraska that'll be moving south and east and bringing some of those rain chances. And this thing that I'm excited about, the rain-cooled air, the cooler air behind the front that we'll be getting come this weekend. So a little something to look forward to. Still a bit of a ways out, but that is trending closer and closer over the oncoming days. So high pressure moving west out of the area and low pressure moving in. That's going to be the main part of our story. Moving forward, isolated chances continue into those overnight hours. And you can see how much moisture there is there in the southeast. That's going to limit visibility overnight, but a few breaks, especially if you're looking at the southern end of the sky, might get a visual on that meteor shower taking place. So by 8 a.m. tomorrow morning, still dealing with those partly cloudy conditions. And as the day goes on, rain chances will kick back in towards the afternoon. The thing with tomorrow's forecast is it's not as high of rain chances as what we were expecting earlier on in the week. Those outputs that we're getting not showing nearly enough significant rainfall here in North Mississippi. So the drought monitor, unfortunately, I have a bad feeling about it, especially with how little rainfall we'll see. But we do top out at about 30% coverage for our forecast tomorrow. And it's one of the things we'll be walking through here in the next 60 is just what to expect from those rain chances, how that'll influence our temperatures moving forward, and the better temperatures on the horizon. A little something to look forward to. Finally, some good news, and we can't wait to talk to you about it in more detail here on Mississippi Live Weather in the next 60.
As a nurse, I've seen a lot of people with sleep deprivation. It affects their job, their home life. At Room to Room, we want to take the guesswork out of buying a mattress, and that's why we brought in this technology. It shows you what you need. We want to do the assessment and find exactly what's perfect for you.
For more than 100 years, First Choice Bank has provided dedicated community banking to North Mississippi. The banking products and services you need when you need them. At First Choice, you're our priority. Make First Choice your choice for banking.
We're not just roofers, we're licensed contractors. Local, trusted, backed by hundreds of 5-star reviews from your neighbors.
We don't cut corners, only complete systems with premium warranties. And we keep you informed every step of the way.
We're detailed, thorough, and clean. And we make it affordable, with financing available as low as 0% and same as cash plans. We're not just roofing houses, we're earning trust one neighbor at a time. Call Absolute Restoration.
Right now, from the Mississippi Live Weather Center, here's meteorologist Gabe Maynor.
We've been using a term called rain-cooled air, and you can really see that on our temperature map that we have behind me right here. 92 in Grenada, comparatively speaking, we're seeing upper 90s surrounding Grenada County. And even up here towards Tishomingo County, you see 81 in Iuka as those showers filtered on through, expecting Red Bay to follow that same trend, just because of those showers popping up and cooling the ground off, similar to how our sweat cools us off here on the human body. So Earth's body doing the exact same thing. 90 Greenville, 95 Cleveland, whereas a few hours ago we were talking triple digits. So much better conditions, and we're seeing that really on our temperature change with that rain-cooled air. I mean, 3-degree difference in Cleveland from 24 hours ago, 6 there towards Greenville, where it's been a drier forecast, it's been a warmer forecast. So 3, 4, 5-degree temperature change, 8 degrees in Tupelo. So a drastic difference from what we saw this time yesterday. And trust me, we feel it as we walk out the door. So that hot, muggy, sticky air, it doesn't take but a couple minutes out there before you start to really get fatigued from all of that heat and all of that sunshine. So Mississippi Live Weather radar showing those showers popping up. Looks to be a little bit of a boundary forming along that leading edge there towards I-22. So more showers to form, especially on the backside of that that boundary, should I say, there towards I-22 closer to Moorville, and then moving south and southeast towards Amory, Smithville here in the next coming minutes. So that's what we're tracking. That one that's basically going right down I-55 there towards Grenada County, that transitioning more towards Montgomery and Carroll County here momentarily. So expecting more rain chances there. there. And the most significant one is back down there towards Eudora and Hollandale. That's going to be sticking along the Mississippi River, moving south of our viewing area. But that's the extent of the moisture here in North Mississippi. It's just basically a drier forecast with a few pop-up showers. So a much drier forecast than anticipated, but that's just how the models have rendered with it. It's been struggling with that moisture development, and we'll be talking through that in more detail here on model outputs here in just a moment. Day planner shows those isolated chances trying to stick around, but still very isolated in nature. So any Tuesday evening plans you may have, they look good to go, and you just need an umbrella in the back seat just in case these pop-up showers pop up where you're at. Overnight though, mostly cloudy skies, and that's going to highlight our forecast and unfortunately put a limit on how much visibility we'll get in those skies. So make sure to take advantage of those clearings when you have them and try and get a look at those meteors up in the sky. But Futurecast shows those isolated chances. I mean, doing well at the arrangement of that with that one there towards Grenada and the other one up here towards Tishomingo, Nitawamba County. By 7 becomes a bit more numerous. So shows that a few of those boundaries going to interact with a few of those storms and cause even more to form. So we're paying attention to that and tracking that out. So all the more reason to tune in. Mississippi Live Weather at 6 for the latest on those tracks. 9 p.m. still getting a few of those isolated showers to form, still just along those boundaries that develop with a few of these showers that are forming already. 10 p.m. they linger, but they really start to dissipate overnight, and we're going to see a much calmer forecast. But I do want to say, 2 a.m., look at the cloud cover we're getting across North Mississippi. Basically, the entire extent of the north half of the state going to be covered by some cloud cover, where you get that partly cloudy sky. We're going to get this in basically all parts of North Mississippi through the night. Whenever we get that clearing, that's when you take advantage and get outside and go look at that meteor shower take place. You can see that kind of transitions northwest, so that little break in the cloud cover highlighting a few of us here in North Mississippi. So if you can get pictures, I would love to see it because it is going to be a late night. So for folks that do want to wake up that late and test the forecast, test the skies, then definitely submit those pictures here at Mississippi Live Weather. Early morning hours, still mostly cloudy conditions, but a good bit of that cloud cover does burn up as the day goes on, setting the scene for even warmer temperatures. So mid-70s to start out the day. Yes, that is a degree cooler from where we were at yesterday, or should I say this morning, but it is still above average. So that above average forecast continues to be the highlight of our forecast going forward. Futurecast, we talked about that cloud cover fizzling out just a bit. Well, we are getting that, especially on the east half of the state and the entire rest of the state by 9 a.m. So that sunshine, it's going to be reaching the surface and it's going to be warming us up as well. So more heat is the story for our forecast on our Wednesday. So by noontime, a lot of sunshine still sticking around, but by the time we get towards 1:30, more of these pop-up showers start to take place. But similar to what we saw today, it'll be very isolated in nature. So not expecting significant impacts from these showers, but where they pop up, brief heavy rainfall can be expected, but it's just not going to be as numerous as what we were initially anticipating as model runs have kind of dialed back that moisture because of, how today has verified. Today has not been an overly saturated day, so those rain chances not going to be as numerous, just trying to get leveled with the idea of how to interact with that moisture. So that's what we're expecting into our Wednesday, is more of those isolated to somewhat scattered conditions. Those rain chances primarily stick around to our south, so that's where if you want rainfall, you probably need to go a little bit further south. But heading into the overnight, or should I say the evening hours, it's going to be the isolated showers that are taking place, and then heat. That is going to be our story tomorrow. Whenever we get that lacking rainfall, it's going to allow temperatures to continue to climb. We see it right now with that rain-cooled air cooling those temperatures off. Well, if you don't have rain, can't get rain-cooled air. So upper 90s still expected with 98 Bruce, Grenada, Water Valley, even as far southwest as Greenwood and Belzona. But 100 still showing up there towards Greenville. So that's just showing you that we're still in that hot pattern, that above average pattern that we've been in for several days now. Heat indices have pushed back just a bit, but those extreme heat warnings still in place for our forecast tomorrow. Stay hydrated, stay cool. It's essential to get through the day. But luckily, with all of those numbers, with all of those high temperatures and heat indices being drawn back, that's setting the scene for a great forecast by this weekend. So Wednesday evening, still seeing a little bit of that moisture linger around, but as we head into the overnight hours, it's going to be a calm forecast yet again. We talked about that, how whenever it's that nightfall, it's not going to see too much activity in the form of precipitation, but still could have a few of those patchy clouds. So Thursday highlighting exactly that. By noontime, there is some showers that try to form, but there's your frontal boundary. Yes. Finally, I mean, you can cheer. It'll be okay, because that is a great thing for our forecast moving forward. Bring in a good batch of moisture there to the northwest part of the state by the early evening hours and late evening hours. A lot of that moisture transitioning through the rest of our viewing area. Beyond that, a few isolated chances do stick around, but that frontal boundary is setting the scene for a much cooler forecast going forward. So with all those rain chances on our Thursday, we're still seeing mid to upper 90s in some spots. but you can definitely see that there will be a cooling trend heading into our Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So yes, it's going to be hot for our Wednesday and for our Thursday, but things are getting better. I want to say with the heat indices, we're more than likely going to see heat advisories in place for the northeast part of the state, and then out there towards the Mississippi Delta, extreme heat warnings probably still in effect for our Thursday afternoon. All the more reason to stay hydrated and stay prepared, and of course, stay cool. Current alerts, you can see a lot of purple over the entire viewing area till 8 p.m. on our Wednesday out there towards the Delta. I'd expect that to be continued into Thursday as well. But just expanding things out, you can see this heat dome that has been dominating right over the top of, honestly, North Mississippi is the heart of that heat dome. And really looking into our Wednesday as well, some of those are dialed back, so our northwest Alabama counties not going to see those heat warnings stick around, but still here in North Mississippi, expecting those hot, muggy conditions to once again be the highlight of our forecast. I want to take a look at the wet bulb globe temperature too, because this basically highlights just the extreme conditions we'll see. So Wednesday, still getting a lot of those extreme values out there in the Delta, but that expands a little bit more there towards the east as we head further into our Thursday afternoon. So if you have any plans outside, or if you are in charge of anyone being outside, let's go ahead and be prepared and keep those kids indoors to be on the safe side, because we don't want the heat fatigue, whether it be sunshine, the UV rays, or the heat and mugginess. I mean, we don't want any of that to affect anyone susceptible. So make sure to take the precautions, stay as hydrated as you can. There's no such thing as too much water this time of year. And then also keep around that air conditioner as much as you can as well. But Friday, here's a little sneak peek of what to expect. And a lot of those low concerns moving in, so not the highs or the extremes, much better conditions with some of those greens and yellows seeping in. So that's going to be basically the extent of our weekend forecast, with high temperatures going to be 90, 88, 87 by Sunday, so plenty to look forward to beyond that frontal boundary. And it's one of the things we'll be walking through in more detail coming up tonight at 6, is just what to expect with that frontal boundary, with the temperature change, but also with the rainfall and the chances and how much we'll see, and if there's any significant impacts we need to be awaiting on. So make sure to tune in to Mississippi Live Weather at 6 for the very latest on that information, but also just keep that umbrella around just in case it'll be on the drier side, and also stay hydrated and stay cool. One of the ways you can stay prepared is with the Mississippi Live Weather app. You can see the QR codes on your screen right there. Scan that with your mobile device, your cellular device, your cell phone, some might call it, and go ahead and head to the App Store to download the latest and greatest Mississippi Live Weather app that keeps you informed, updated, and always provides you with the forecast you need as you head out the door. Download that on iOS and Android today, and we'll see you back here tonight on Mississippi Live Weather at 6.
I don't remember how it started.
Go to that.
Our back and forth. It always came back. Dad! You probably don't remember what you told me,
That was perfect.
but I heard every word.
March 24th, 2023 was a normal Friday. You know, we knew the weather was not good, but we needed to take shelter, and we didn't have shelter. My husband and almost 2-year-old daughter, Ethan and Riley, they did lose their lives in the storm. We're still recovering from it. We'll always be recovering from it. Matt Lawpon cares about the community. He's not just there to collect a paycheck. I feel like Matt Lawpon has proven himself trustworthy